Hi everyone, it's Marcy here from Stampin' with Marcy. I am here today with you from Sauble Beach. I am still on holidays. Please excuse the lighting. I'm not at home with my good aught lights, so I have to just make do with what I've got here. The one side lamp that I've got the lampshade taken off. So as always, please say hi if you're stopping by, and leave me a comment, share my video. I truly appreciate that. It's how I get new customers and team members, and I'm super happy for you to do that for me. Today, I'm going to be creating this cute card that is a matchbook card. It's not a new fun fold by any means. It's been around for quite a few years now. So it folds over and opens up just like that. I've left the inside blank, so that way I can use it for whatever I choose the congratulations to be for, and then it just slides back down in like that, closed. So unfortunately you cannot have this displayed on your mantle or anything. And I'm seeing that it's kind of blurry. I'm hoping that it will clear up. The internet signal here is spotty. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed that it will be okay for the duration of the video. I do apologize if it stops and starts and goes blurry and in and out of focus. So this card is created using the brand new bundle called Blended Seasons that is available now for customers. As a demonstrator, we were able to order it in July, and now it is available for everybody in August while supplies last. So it is a double stamp set, and it also has coordinating dies that go with it. Some of the images do cut out the shapes, and then others are just add-ons to go with it. So it also has these fabulous stitched labels that are so awesome that they not only do they die cut out your image like this, but as you can see, they leave the stitching around here. So with your other dies, it leaves an indentation with it when you run it through your Big Shot machine. With this one, it's got the stitching, so if you had this large enough, you could easily use your offcut as a card front with that pretty shape and the stitching around it. So let's put that aside. So that being said, I am going to take my large floral image here and stamp it with my Memento ink pad. As I'm using blends to color this in, you always want to use Memento. And with a larger stamp like this, I find it easier to ink it up, bringing my ink pad to my stamp, so that way I can see and make sure I've got a nice even coverage of that ink. So then I'm just going to use my grid paper here and make sure it is nice and straight and stamp right down. As we are now August, I have a new August host code. So please, if you're shopping in my online store, I would appreciate that you use the host code unless your order is $200 or more. Then you get your own host rewards. So keep that in mind. Only use the host code if your order is under $200. And also in August is the bonus days where every $60 you spend, you get a emailed coupon from Stampin' Up! For a $6 coupon to keep that you're going to be able to use in September. So that's when the new holiday catalog will be live for everybody. So having the $6 off coupons, you can collect them and use them all at once on one order if you choose. That's the beauty of it. And that way you can get a great deal on your holiday products. I placed my pre-order yesterday, and let me tell you, you are going to absolutely love the new catalog. It is fabulous. There are some really fantastic stamp sets and bundles and papers that are coming. I will have my catalogs. I paid Stampin' Up! To mail to my customers that are not local, and they are being shipped the week of August the 8th. So I will remind you later in the month, in about a week, I'll remind you to start looking in your mailbox for them from Stampin' Up! So, and then my local customers, I'm having a holiday catalog open house the end of the month. And if you haven't gotten one from me by then, by attending a class, then if you come to the holiday catalog open house, you'll be able to get it then from me. So the colors I am using are the light and dark Poppy Parade, the light and dark Call Me Clover, and then the dark Pineapple Punch. So Pineapple Punch and Call Me Clover are this year's new in colors. So I am just going to start doing my coloring here. Little circles as always. And then I like to do my light color first. And I always color the entire image first with the light. Get a base coat down so that way my darker color is going to blend through better. So I'm just doing this one leaf here to show you. I know you don't want to sit and watch me color all of this in. That's kind of like watching paint dry. No fun. So here we go. So we had some excitement here at the cottage last night. We had yesterday afternoon, Marshall was going crazy. I was back changing the laundry and I didn't know what was going on, and I heard this commotion, and Marshall is going crazy, Danielle's cat, running and jumping and flipping through the air. And I thought, what the heck are you doing, crazy cat? And he was chasing a bat. I have no idea how a bat got into the cottage, but it did. So we locked him up and opened the doors and hoped that he had left. Well, last night we were watching a movie and the bat obviously did not leave and he was dive bombing us. It was pretty crazy for a little while. Everybody was laughing and screaming and the cat's going crazy, the dogs are going crazy. It was quite an adventure. So I'm hoping, we have not seen him today, this bat, so I'm hoping that he is gone outside where he belongs. So here you see, I have colored it in and blended that so it just looks so pretty in the center of the flower along those veins there where the color would be naturally darker. So through the magic of TV, ta-da, I have it all colored up for you. So that way you don't have to sit and watch me color. So as you can see, I have gone along the veins of the leaf and just added a bit of darkness in there for some shadowing in that. And then the base of the flowers, I've brought in just the dark. So that is all done and ready. And this is thick whisper white because you can see even though it's thick, it still comes through. But Stampin' Up! Really recommends that we use the thick. So that is what I've used there. Now, all of the measurements are going to be on my blog on Saturday, and I will also post this video to my YouTube channel, and it will be saved here to my Facebook channel. So no worries about that if you're wanting to recreate this card. So this is a 4 1/4 by 11 piece of thick whisper white cardstock, and I have scored it at 1 inch and 6 1/4 inches. So what you just do is you fold that, use your bone folder to really get that nice and crisp that line so it will stay closed nicely, and then take the other end and score that. Just like that. So that's how it's going to go. So this is one of the papers that was on special last month. The Twinkle Twinkle Designer Series paper. It was part of the buy 3, get 1 free. And I've said before, I have used up a lot of this paper, yet I have not made one baby card with it. So you can see that this pattern here, it's gray granite with the stitching line. I think it is just fabulous. And I thought it would look perfect with my Poppy Parade flowers. So I'm just going to add a little bit of glue here. And adhere that down. Just like that. Flip this over and apply some glue. Now with the holiday catalog, it does not go live to customers, meaning going live to customers, that means customers cannot order from it until September 5th is when everybody can place their orders. If you were to join my team of Sassy Stampers in August, you could choose the any items of the holiday catalog as part of your starter kit. So you could get to play with them a whole month sooner. Now on my original card here, I used tear and tape at the very bottom here, but Marshall the cat is a turkey and he has stolen my tear and tape. He is constantly getting into my craft supplies, and I have looked all over the cottage. I don't know where he took them. I did find a re-anchor that he had taken and hid under a bed, but I don't know where he went with my tear and tape. So I'm going to use some liquid glue. I would prefer to use the tear and tape as it is immediate, the adhesion, and you know that it's not going to bleed out or anything. So you just want to apply right at the base. You can see where my score line is here. You want to apply that adhesive right beside it. You don't want to go up too far, because if you go up too far, then you're not going to be able to tuck your flap inside. So you just a little bit across the bottom, and because this is going to take a moment for it to stick, I'm just going to hold it down for a second. So just like that. Now, while I'm waiting on that, I can show you, I've already got this adorable label cut as well. And what I did with that is I took a snippet of some gray granite and I ran it through my Big Shot. I lined up my framelit like this to make sure, I made sure that it was even on both sides, the points hitting as close to the center as possible, and ran it through, and that gave me this super cute little coordinating label to put my little congrats on, just like that. So that way it just coordinates wonderfully with it. So I'm going to take some liquid glue and just put a little dab on that. Just like that. Okay. And then I'm going to take a couple of my dimensionals and pop them on the back. Okay, so I'm going to now, before I adhere my label, my stamped image on the label there, before I adhere that on, I'm going to slip my top flap inside so that I know exactly what my placement's going to be. Now this is very important. When you apply your adhesive to the back of this, make sure you don't go all the way down to the bottom or you're not going to be able to open the card. So what I have done is I have gone, okay, this looks pretty good. So I know that these two, where the label comes in, right here in the corner there, I know that don't go past that with my adhesive. So I'm going to make sure, I'm just going to draw a line across there so that I remember not to go any further than that. Now today is the first Thursday of the month, and I am part of the Creating Kindness design team, and we go live every the first Thursday of every month with our blog and video hops. So I have a card and video up on my blog today, and the video is on my YouTube channel. So if you would be so kind as to pop on over there to www.stampinwithmarcy.com and start the hop. Take a look at what we've all created for this month's theme. That would be absolutely fabulous. We would really appreciate that. So then I'm going to, I want this coming off just slightly. I don't want to cover up all of this beautiful flower, so I'm just going to, about like that. And then to finish off my card, it needs a little bit of something. So I'm gonna pull in some of my pearls. Now I keep my pearls, my all of my different embellishments, I like to keep them in a clear case. That way everything is in one place, and that is extremely important now that Marshall is getting older and gets into everything. He is adorable, but he likes to explore. He's very nosy, and he likes to eat paper and ribbon. And like I said, he stole my tear and tape, and I have no idea where he went off with it. So having everything tucked away that he cannot get into is a good idea for me. I look forward to being back at home where I can close my office door and I know that he's not going to get into anything. So there is our card. Isn't that pretty? And now you could easily, this type of a card, you could slip a gift card in here. That would be fun as well. You could pop this up. You could embellish it more. You could color it with some Wink of Stella. There's many, many different options to completing this type of a card. So why not give it a try? There we go. Just like that. So with the Color Your Season bundle, I just wanted to show you that it also, besides your stamps and your framelits, they have released a second set of watercolor pencils. This is watercolor pencil assortment number 2. So I have these as well. Let me just move this off to the side. Of course, I had to get them. I love to color. So it is 10 brand new colors that coordinate with what we already have in our ink pads. So we've got Cherry Cobbler, Flirty Flamingo, Cajun Craze, Crushed Curry, Granny Apple Green, Garden Green, Coastal Cabana, Balmy Blue, Night of Navy, and Gorgeous Grape. So last night while I was playing around, I created this card here using the Garden Green, this one, nope, that's Coastal Cabana, this one here. The Garden Green watercolor pencil. So they say that you're not supposed to use watercolor pencils. Hi Mary, thanks for stopping by. You're not supposed to use watercolor pencils on regular Whisper White. Well, I did that here. I stamped my leaves, and then I did a bit of just scribbled on the label there. And then I took my aqua paint, or this was my aqua painter here. Did not use much water at all, and just lightly moved that color around. As long as you don't saturate your paper, you're going to be fine. And on the leaves here, I used my blender pen, and again, I just lightly smoothed. I'm a little tongue tied there. I smoothed that color around just a little bit. So as long as you're not overworking your paper, it's not going to pill. And then I don't know if you can see, I've got some Wink of Stella on there. And then my little filigrees here that I die cut using the coordinating die here. This one here. I used the basic black cardstock, and then I colored it with my Wake of Stella to add something extra to it, because I only brought limited supplies with me to the cottage, so I wanted something a little sparkly for that. So I think that really did the job. So I have a class coming up next week with this bundle. And if you're local, there is still time, as I am still at the cottage. So these are 3 of the different cards that we're going to be creating at class. It's a fall one that we're using the watercolor pencils on and die cutting. A Christmas one that uses the ink pads and re-inkers and blender pens. And then the Merry Christmas is embossed, and this is Under the Mistletoe Designer Series paper that was on last month as well. And then this one here with the wheat and the Granny Apple Green. So those are 3 cards that are part of next week's class. There's 4 cards altogether. That's next Wednesday. What is the date next Wednesday? It is the 8th at 7 p.m. So message me if you would like to take part in that class. Would love to have you join us. And I think, oh my goodness, sorry about that. That would be Buffy. Somebody's walking by the cottage on the road. So she's alerting us that there's somebody in the area. So that is today's cards. Thank you so much for stopping by. Remember to use the host code if you're shopping in my online store, and that the bonus days have begun. The Stampin' Up! Bonus days, again, so that's every $60 you spend, you're going to get a $6 coupon emailed to you from Stampin' Up! Save that email, print it out, save it, put it in a special place that you're not gonna forget where it is or lose it. So that way you can, in September, redeem your coupons for $6 off your orders. And again, you can combine those together. You can, if you've got 3 coupons, you can put them all together at once. It's okay. You don't have to worry that you can only use one at a time. You can use all of them at once. It's fabulous to get that little bonus for spending. So anyway, thank you so much for stopping by. I hope you have a fabulous day. I am off to take the girls for a little walk around the block, get some exercise with them. Bye.